We are, of course, counting down the 100 greatest films of all time, according to the reviews on the Run staff. That means mainly me and Vic. We had a couple of meetings at number 100. Moon.
Yeah, this is a movie that kind of symbolizes a little bit of our love for Silent Running, which was a 70s classic science fiction tale, as well as 2001: A Space Odyssey. It was directed by Duncan Jones. I'm talking about Moon. It stars Sam Rockwell as Sam Bell, and we also have Kevin Spacey as the voice of this hypnotizing, kind of menacing robot, which kind of evokes a little Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I'm going to do my imitation of Gertie. Are you not feeling well, Sam?
Yeah, creepy, right?
Thank you, Gertie. You're welcome, Sam.
It's very slow-paced, it's very creepy, it's very intelligent. You feel a sense of authenticity, you feel a sense of really cohabitating with Sam Bell in this claustrophobic little colony on the moon. He's a miner, he's mining helium-3 on the dark side of the moon. He's very cut off from society. He really only has these transmissions to Earth to kind of connect him to society and these exchanges that he has with Gertie. And basically what you see happen through the course of this movie is Sam Rockwell losing his mind.
I think you have to credit Sam Rockwell's performance, which is
Absolutely.
incredible.
Yes.
We also have to credit first-time director Duncan Jones, whose dad is, of course, David Bowie.
Right.
But he has done enough at this point to almost leave that off of his resume. And you're right, because as you're watching the movie, you're wondering, would I be able to cope doing a 3-year stint alone on the moon? I mean, he's got his treadmill that he can run on. He's got his meals all planned out for him. He does have Gertie to talk to once in a while, and he does get these little transmissions from his family. Or is it his family? Of course, it turns out to be so much more nefarious and insidious than you can even imagine.
And also prescient, too. I think this is a future that we're looking at in a lot of ways.
This movie showed me science fiction from an angle I'd never quite looked at before. It just really grounded it in a human experience. I always think of this movie.
I know. It resonates like crazy. And the best science fiction does. This is about a human existing with the safety and comforts of what technology can provide, but sort of becoming undone by that artificiality. It's not unlike what we saw with The Abyss as well. I think James Cameron had some pretty powerful imagery, although in The Abyss there's a lot of other characters to kind of interact with. When you see Sam Rockwell just kind of going nutso because he's lonely as hell, your heart breaks, but it's riveting and it's wonderfully done, and the effects are perfect in this movie. They're not overdone and there's no budget for it, but you feel like you're really on the moon with this guy.
That's one of the things that makes the movie really special and elevates is the fact that you don't pay attention to the special effects, and I think that's when special effects are always the most special, when they blend seamlessly with the movie, and that happens here over and over again.
I'm not feeling too good. I'm gonna head back to the base.
You're right, they didn't have a lot of money to work with here, that's obvious, but whatever they did have is on screen. They made the most of it. Everybody delivered A-plus performances across the board. I saw this movie when I first had moved to Vancouver at a time when I was feeling pretty lonely and
this
alienated.
must have been like the moon for you back
And I
then.
remember our friend Chris Journey, who works in the video game business, he's like, you got to go see this. And I went to see it, and I'm like, oh my God. There is a mystery here. There is a plot twist that you won't see coming. Keep the tissues handy, but also your sense of wonder will absolutely be piqued here.
So congratulations, Duncan Jones. This was your first movie, and it's landed as our top 100 movie of all time. Great job.